aspects of marketing. So the basic idea of this video, this is an introductory video. So this video will give you a few insights on what is expected for you from this module, what is in store for you in fact to learn. That is what this quick video would be taking you through. Now we'll be looking at all this there are 4 different phases or 4 different parts for the module. Now we'll be looking at all the 4 different parts in a detail. Alright, so I'll quickly take you through what is in the module as such for you to learn for this marketing principles subject. Now the first part we are looking at, essentially we need to learn about marketing. So fundamentals of marketing is something which we cannot keep aside. So that is covered. So first part of your marketing principles module will be covered as fundamentals of marketing. And the second part is marketing function. Third part is segmenting, targeting and positioning. Fourth part is all about a marketing strategy. Now these are the 4 different aspects that we will be looking at. Now let us quickly take a tour through what exactly would be there in each and every pieces of it. Alright, so in the case of fundamentals of marketing, we'll be looking at a few aspects like, for example, what is marketing? How do you define marketing? Why it is significant? These are the aspects that we will be covering in that particular part of it. Then comes in what are the functions of marketing or goals of marketing or the exchange process. As we know, for example, marketing, for example, if you look at a process, you have a seller and a buyer, so it's an exchange. So a product has been exchanged in terms of money. That's how it works. So that part would be covered. We'll be looking at marketing versus advertising, marketing versus branding, marketing versus sales. So people tend to believe that marketing and sales are like same thing basically. But then if you look at technically, these are 2 different aspects, covers 2 different areas. So sales is one part of it, marketing is another part of it. So we'll be looking at what are the distinction points between marketing and sales and all this related information. We also look at different types of businesses and transaction between the businesses. We focus on B2C and B2B. Probably you could have heard about this B2C transactions or a business to consumer organizations or a B2B businesses. A B2B business is basically a business organization catering to other business organizations. So we'll be looking at how marketing would be different in these 2 different contexts. We also look at what is a lifetime value of a customer. For example, you have a customer in fold and how exactly can extract more value from a customer. So you speak about customer lifetime value. We also speak about how to build and maintain a strong customer relationship management, or we call it CRM. So these are the broad aspects that we'll be covering in the first piece of your marketing principles module, that is fundamentals of marketing. So moving forward, we'll be also looking at something called a marketing function as a second part of your syllabus. In the context of marketing function, we'll be covering marketing orientation. So the companies will be having different orientation. So we focus precisely on what you mean by marketing orientation, what is the significance of it. We also speak about value propositions. We speak about marketing mix. You could have heard this term before, marketing mix, or the 4 P's of marketing as we call it. You have a product, price, place and promotion. These are the 4 P's that we normally refer to. And here we look at also a translation of 4 P's into 4 C's. For example, a customer solution or a cost or a communication or a convenience in the order. So we look at translating or transposing this into 4 C's, by the way. And then we look at something called the evolution of the definitions. How exactly is the 4 P's, the marketing mix, has been evolved. It's been there in the market for a long time and things are changing. As we all know, the way you do a business probably 2 years back or 5 years back is not the way you do it today. It's completely different. So does the practices and the principles of organizations. So that is one part we'll be looking at. We also look at marketing plan. So in every activity there would be a plan. So what exactly is a marketing plan for organization that we'll be looking at. We also look at SWOT analysis as a part of it. A strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. We tend to analyze those parts. So this takes care of your second piece of the module, that is marketing function. And the third aspect that we are looking at is segmenting, targeting and positioning, as we call it STP. So when you speak about segmenting, you tend to say, for example, if I want to give you a quick insight on the entire aspect of STP, segmenting, targeting and positioning. Segmenting is all about converting a heterogeneous mix of elements into a homogeneous mix. So heterogeneous is basically clubbed with a lot of elements, a lot of things, and the homogeneous would be something of a similar grouping. If I want to give you an example here, a heterogeneous mix would be a bag of balls with all the colors, for example, blue, black, green, white, all the colors. And if you speak about, say, homogeneous mix, you speak about segregating all the blue colored balls into one bag, all the white color or the black color into a different group. So that is what I mean by being homogeneous. Now these are the aspects that we'll be looking at in segmenting. And when you speak about, say, the second aspect of STNP, segmenting, targeting, and positioning, in the targeting aspect, we look at targeting strategies. Are you looking at a mass market product which can be consumed by any other individual in the market? Or are you looking at a niche product, for example? So these are the aspects of the questions that we need to answer while you speak about targeting a product, targeting strategies for a product. And the third part would be positioning, where you tend to create a favorable image in the mind of a consumer. That's a part of positioning. So this STNP, segmenting, targeting, and positioning, takes care of our third part of the module. So that is segmenting, targeting, and positioning, the third part. And also in this particular piece, we'll be looking at differentiation. So how exactly you differentiate your products from the competitors. Oh, as we all know, there are a lot of competitors out there in the market. For example, for every single product, there will be at least 5 to 10 competitors in the market. In reality, I'm not exaggerating, it's a reality. You go to any part of the world, take any random product, you will be able to find at least 4 to 5 different competitors. So how exactly you differentiate your products among competitors is a question. For example, you'll be differentiating through, say, a different kind of packaging, for example, or pricing could be differentiated, or quality could be differentiated. So you look at all these variables, all these parameters when it comes to differentiation. So that is the last aspect and that particular part of the module of marketing principles. Now, keeping that in mind, we'll move on to the last part of it, that is marketing strategy. So as we all know, organizations need strategy, obviously, yes. Without a strategy, you will be like a ship that is sailing in the sea without a direction. So you just don't want to be that, right? So what you do is, you as an organization, you make sure that you have a proper strategy in place. You pursue that relentlessly. So that brings in marketing strategies as well, because you are, as an organization, you got to sell your products, you got to market your products. So for that, you have to have a clear-cut strategy. So we also speak about marketing strategies in that part. We also speak about marketing planning process. It's an elaborative process, starting from, for example, a company mission towards implementation and budgeting. So we'll look at that in detail in the actual syllabus while we deliver it. We also look at BCG metrics. It's a strategic tool to understand where exactly your products stand in terms of a product portfolio. So probably you might have heard about this term, BCG. It's expanded as a Boston Consultancy Group metrics. So that's a portfolio metrics, in fact. So we'll be looking at that part as well. And we also look at, say, a strategic opportunity matrices. You call it growth strategies, basically. So that is market development, market penetration, product development, diversification. These are the various strategic standpoints you have to pursue. So you look at what are the ideal standpoint in terms of a marketing strategy, you tend to pursue that part of it. So that is, again, we'll be covering in that particular module. We also speak about how to align your objectives of the organization towards the marketing objectives. That is a very important aspect. You have to align your entire activities into a single thread so that you achieve your goals. You also speak about the implementation and budget of marketing activities, and along with the customer relationship management, which we will be covering a bit in the initial part, and towards the later part, we will be covering that into detail in terms of CRM. So this entire 4 aspects put together takes care of your syllabus. That's all, and we'll be having a good time in terms of the classes. The classes are scheduled to be like, say, next week or something. So as long as we get it, we'll be having it. Thank you.